What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with another video. While the 2021 Hell in a Cell was a decent enough show, it wasn't without its goofs and gaffes. So join us now as Wrestlelamia looks at the biggest fails and bloopers that you might have missed at Hell in a Cell. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Number 1. The many mishaps of Mandy Rose. Now, we hate to berate a wrestler, but tonight's bout between Mandy Rose and Natalya featured a myriad of mistakes as the Golden Goddess just couldn't keep up with Natalya in the ring. Mandy was out of position for anything other than the simplest of moves, such as head scissors or arm bars. Now, to her credit, Rose hit a decent looking missile dropkick on Natalya, but her performance tonight was sorely lacking, and the notion that Rose has improved from awful to somewhat capable is a reminder that she has a long way to go in the ring. To call Mandy's match one giant gaffe would be unfair, but there were far too many mistakes, and she was fortunate to have the veteran Natalya covering up for as many of her miscues as possible. Number 2. Peacock flies the Coop. As WWE's pay-per-views and WWE Network content may be on the Peacock streaming service, but tonight's pay-per-view featured an unwanted blast from the past as fans tuning into the pre-show waited and waited for the program to begin. There's no word on why Peacock had trouble initially streaming the pre-show, but it's a bad sign, especially as Peacock still hasn't had all of WWE's previous content to the new site. This mistake was unexpected as Peacock has run 3 WWE pay-per-views now and had no trouble with the major event Wrestlemania. Now, in Peacock's defense, it could have been a case of more demand on the servers than expected or an unforeseen error, but you can be sure the WWE doesn't want this to happen again as it returns to shows with paying fans in July and its star-studded spectacular SummerSlam coming in August. Did you guys have any problems watching the pay-per-view? Let us know in the comments down below. Number 3. Cesaros Phantom Punches. It's no secret that HDTV can be problematic for professional wrestling, where the idea is to look like you're brutalizing your opponent without actually touching them. Anyone who grew up watching wrestling in the days before HDTV knows that mistakes creep up more than often, not so much because wrestlers have lost a fine art of working, but because the camera seems to see everything. Unfortunately, tonight's Cesaro vs Seth Rollins showdown, while excellent, featured a segment where the Swiss Cyborg was throwing phantom punches. Now, it didn't take away much from the bout as Cesaro and Seth put on another awesome encounter. Still, it was a little obvious and something that WWE needs to work on. But Cesaro wasn't alone in firing off a bunch of obvious near misses though, as we'll see next. Number 4. Charlotte kicks to the air. It's often been said never to kick your opponent when they're down, but wrestling fans know that's a great way for a heel to get heat as they torment their opponent and lay into them with their boots while they struggle to get up. However, Charlotte Flair's kicks to Rhea Ripley were exposed thanks to an inopportune camera angle that showed the Queen kicking the air and missing Rhea Ripley by a country mile. While the production truck quickly switched to a more favourable angle, the proverbial cat was out of the bag and anyone watching had to laugh at the undeniable gaffe. Now, the WWE is known for its exceptional production values and camera work, but tonight's bad cut was an example of the challenges of live television. And the mystery hand. The WWE Universe knows that there's no lack of items underneath a WWE ring, ranging from kendo sticks to ladders to fire extinguishers and hands. Wait a minute. Well, eagle-eyed fans watching tonight's magnificent main event between Lashley and McIntyre caught a glimpse of a hand sticking out from under the ring. Was this an Easter egg to the recently departed WWE Hall of Famer Mark Henry, well, since it is Father's Day, or perhaps a stagehand, well, no pun intended, keeping an eye on the Hell in a Cell ring's dark underbelly? Whatever the case, it's got fans talking as they wonder what other horrors lie under the WWE ring. Did you guys catch that hand? If so, who do you think it was? Let us know in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.